So then we go to the NFC East, where
Go over there first.
we may have some qualms from over there. So obviously, AJ Brown got traded to the Philadelphia Eagles on draft night. They also had, in my opinion, one of, if not the best draft. They got McCabe Dean, Jordan Davis from Georgia, in addition to AJ Brown. So that's a pretty good draft day. Where we could see some qualms is number 2 and number 3. I think Carson Wentz is out to prove people wrong this year. And I think the Cowboys lost Amari Cooper.
Yes.
He's biased because he let the Colts down last year. But regardless, I think that Dak is going to take a step back. Nothing against him, he's a good guy. But I think that they lost their number 1 receiver, so that's obviously going to hurt them. And then I just think Carson Wentz had to prove people wrong. And they also got Jahan Dotson, who I think is going to be really good. Like, his comp was Scary Terry. Like, I think that he is gonna, that's a great fit for them. So they've got 2 good receivers, and Carson Wentz, I think, is on over the bench tour. They also have Jacksonville week 1. So that's a good motivated all season. He's got to play Jacksonville week 1, who basically kicked them out of the playoffs last year. So I like that one.
Right. So
Scott. Oh yeah, and then Cam, your Giants are last.
I flew from Dublin to West Palm to see my Cowboys ranked 3rd in the NFC. That if I could right now, I'd say don't board that plane, man.
So we see it. I got the Cowboys' notable additions this offseason, right?
Yes.
James Washington, wide receiver from the Steelers, probably had I would say 15 catches.
He's a wide receiver
at the most.
We lost Cedric Wilson.
Dante Fowler had high expectations. I think he's the 3rd overall pick in the draft once upon a time, but he's not that guy. So they lost a lot more than they gained this offseason, and last season was a disappointment.
I didn't like the draft.
Our draft, you know what? Speaking about our draft, so we take this out lineman, everyone goes, who is this guy? Myself, I was hoping for something flashy. Seemingly, he stops Micah Parsons in practice, dead in his tracks, can't get by him. I'm hearing positive things in camp, we'll only know when it happens. But to have the Washington Commanders ahead of the Cowboys, whatever it is about the Eagles, that I have issues with that.
Eagles are going to surprise a lot of people this year. They got better a lot. Jordan Davis and Kobe Dean are 2 of the best players in this draft, in my opinion.
They haven't. Jordan Davis.
AJ Brown.
Jordan Davis is a great run stop.
They made the playoffs
third
last
down,
year.
kind of gassed, you know.
That may be a blessing in disguise. Because if that happens,
Yeah.
Sean Payton's waiting for you.
I don't know, man.
Sean
I don't
Payton
know.
is waiting.
Dak is the best quarterback in that division.
Agree.
So to have them, if the Cowboys are playing Washington right now, I'm taking my Cowboys because of what I know and what they can do. If they're playing Philly, we don't know what Philly are going to be like. Yeah, they got weapons. I'll agree. Fantastic draft. Don't get me wrong. It hurt watching them taking all these great players like Jordan Davis that I know are just going to terrorize the Cowboys. But it's just to have the Cowboys 3rd, not make the playoffs. Yeah, our first 5 games, in between those, we play the Rams and the Bengals. That's a tough start to the season. But it gets easier down the stretch. And I feel like this Philly team is just not where we're at the Cowboys. We know what's going to happen. We know the weapons are there. Dak's a veteran. He's a leader. And we've won East. Like, we've done it. I just think to have the Eagles, and especially the Commanders, there's so much movement there. Is Wentz the guy? Like,
I think that the Eagles have better weapons than the Cowboys. I think the Commanders have better weapons than the Cowboys. And I think Carson Wentz has more to prove this year, more hunger than Dak does. And I think that Jalen Hurts has A.J. Brown on his team now. So he's going to take that next step just because of that.
So
I like the Eagles.
the Eagles went from what we thought they were going to be the worst team last year.
Jake did.
Before the
I did. I
podcast.
will own that. I thought they would be terrible.
was that with Jalen Hurts at QB as well?
That's correct.
So I mean, like AJ Brown, Kobe Dean, Jordan Davis, like those are very good drafts.
Okay,
I
but
don't
Jake
think
was
they're
also
gonna-
wrong, though. They were a playoff team.
Okay,
Like,
then again, we already know what the Cowboys are gonna do. Like you're saying, AJ Brown, Jordan Davis, and Kobe Dean, as if like they make this team that much better to the number 1 spot.
this is just something to keep in mind. I'm pretty sure within the last 20 years, this division hasn't had a repeat winner. So that's just something to keep in mind.
I agree with the Eagles being number 1. I think they drafted too well. I think I agree with you. Dak Prescott is the best quarterback in this division. But Jalen Hurts is not as far behind as you guys probably think. And like Tommy said, the addition of all the weapons, their defense got better. Their offense got tremendously better. I think they surprised people and go number 1. Now, where I disagree with Tommy is I don't think the Commanders are the second best team. I put the Cowboys there. The thing is, I saw Carson Wentz last year and he was butt. I know you think he was. I know you think he's gonna have a turnaround, but he was.
I'm betting on him. Not
he was ass. So like I'm just going based on what I saw.
100% agree. I put in Cowboys over
That's
the
fair.
Commanders.
That's what most people would do.
100%.
But-
And I mean, the Giants had a great draft.
Or something I was going to say.
So,
Jerry
we're not
Jones.
talking about the Giants.
Remember, Jerry Jones held up the paper and it said the number 1 player and the number 2 player on the draft board. Guess who got those players? The
No,
Giants. So
look,
that's
we
just
said
kinda-
we did not mean to go out and take an
something to
O-lineman. That was not our goal. We wanted big flashy players. I believe that, and I think we scrambled for it. But look, we draft okay. I get it. I get having the Eagles up there. I do understand it. And as a Cowboys fan, obviously I'm going to vouch for my boys. But I just think we're good enough to make the playoffs. And I think from what I've seen from my team, I feel more confident than what I might not have seen from this Philly team. I don't know how AJ Brown is going to perform in this team and how all those rookies are going to emerge. And just this season, we'll see. But I just think my Cowboys are still the top dogs in that division. And I want to see the Eagles knock them off in that. So that's how I feel. But Jake Lewis is raring to say something, and I can't wait.
Well, I could see Philly being one. I like Dallas. I actually like Dallas too.